Okay. Uh, hey guys, we are waiting for a few more attendees to pour in. Let's wait for more 5 minutes and let's see. The numbers are increasing. We still have 5 minutes. Okay, the numbers are increasing, so I was just waiting for more attendees to come in so we can start. I appreciate your patience. Just allow us 3 or 4 minutes more. Hmm. Okay, yes, so the numbers are increasing, guys. I really appreciate your patience. Just give us 3 or 4 minutes more until because there are a lot other more guys to attend in because we recently had really good number of registrations as well. I can see that Thoms, Robert, Pranav, great, Gurrit, Javlan, Anish, Adil, Manova. I really appreciate your patience. Just 3 more minutes because there are a few more joinees who are uh, also same equally interested. Okay, guys, before we proceed with the final webinar, I have a few things to discuss with you guys. So in this webinar, we'll be mostly specifically discussing about the job search, how, what kind of factors you will be using, it will be utilizing to enhance your job search and definitely to find your dream job. Guys, you can see we have almost 20 attendees and we're expecting a few more since this seminar or webinar was supposed to commence at 3, but I would really appreciate for 3 more minutes, not more than that. And then we will proceed further. And since I'm with you from Relig Staffing, We are the staffing company based in the US. We have multiple offices in US. We are in Delaware. We are in New Jersey. We are in New York, and we are in Virginia as well. We have offices in Europe, in the UK. We have office in India, in Gujarat, in Ahmedabad, and in Baroda. We will be soon expanding towards California. We'll be expanding towards the Southeast Asia and Philippines, and in Singapore as well. So this is the basic introduction I'm talking about the Relig staffing. Yes, I really appreciate your patience. Talking about COVID, since the situation is the pandemic, it's spread, it's throughout the world. I would really, I hope you guys are taking good care of yourself, not going much out, staying inside, taking well care of yourself and your family, maintaining the social distancing. Since we can see that the lockdown is shifting and different parts of the world, in USA as well. So it's better if you can take good care of yourself, maintaining social distancing, because the prevention is always better than cure. Always. We have to keep this thing in mind. It's always better than cure. That's the whole alarming situation throughout the world. And US, we can see that it's severely hit. We have around 1.9 million cases in US so far. And with 100K plus fatalities, this is not some small number. This is really alarming. If we are not taking care of ourselves, if we're not maintaining social distancing, this could be more fatal than this. So definitely it's in our hands to, to stop it, to flatten the curve. Okay, guys, yes, now let's proceed further. Hello, everyone. I welcome you. I welcome you on behalf of Relic staff into this webinar, Job Search While Fighting COVID-19. My name is Iftikhar Habib, and I am a senior professional recruiter with Relic Staffing. I have around 7+ years of experience in US IT recruitment, and I'm also a career expert. I have an experience in the hiring me direct with universities like NJIT and Valley Dickinson University. I do deliver webinars, I do deliver seminars on the Western Indian universities as well when it comes to career fairs, when it comes to uh, job placements, campus placements I'm talking about. I'll be your presenter today, and I welcome you on behalf of Relig staff this seminar. I make you assured that we will be learning a lot of things which definitely will help you down the road how you can find your dream job during this pandemic situation. Uh, talking about Relic staffing, we are in staffing augmentation. We have multiple offices across the US. I'm talking about this seminar, and this seminar will be talking about specifically about the United States of America, what situations are prevailing so far, which are has kind of hampered not only the healthcare crisis, on the socially, on the politically, on the economic basis as well. Okay. Uh, See this pandemic, before I proceed further for the seminar, on the onset of the seminar, this pandemic reminds me of something. I have read a book which was written by a famous American futurist and a businessman called Alvin Duffler. He had mentioned in his book, Future Shocks, that these pandemics are the alarming situations hovering over the mankind, and we almost all times ignore them. This pandemic has created great havoc in the economic crisis in the United States, not only United States, but throughout the world. So far, there are around 1.69 million cases in the United States of America and the COVID situation which has created so far. And if you talk about world, it has around 6 million plus cases. And in US, there are 100 plus fatalities. So you can see the number is really drastic. The number is really great. So yeah, what exactly has happened so far? If we see that this pandemic, this COVID virus, novel coronavirus virus, it started somewhere in some part of the world in 2019, and we can see the mid-March or in mid-April, it has spread throughout the world. If you talk about the countries like Italy, in Europe, if you talk about the countries like Italy, if you talk about the countries like, like France or Germany, or in Asia, let's say India, the numbers are really great. As I said, it's merely not a healthcare crisis, it's a political crisis, it's a social crisis and economic crisis as far. far. And talking about United States of America, if you see that, according to the United States Labor Department, according to the United States Labor Department, if you can see that, give me a second. Yes. In the United States, in the world, there are plus 6 million cases, and with alone 1.9 million cases in the United States itself. And the economic crisis has risen so far. Since the World War II in 1945, you can see that in World War II, there were almost 10% rise in unemployment. And during the 2008-2009 economic crisis, there were around 7.5 or close to 8 point rising in unemployment. But this time, since 1945, since the World War II, it has created a huge uprising in the unemployment. Almost, the economy is almost on the life support. Every day, daily basis, you can see that number of people are filing for the unemployment benefits in the United States of America. Now, talking about the economic part, what effects it has created so far in the US economy industry. In the US economy industries, you can see that international labor organizations had said that there are 20.5 million jobs have already been lost in the United States of America. And if you talk about the world level, there are almost 25 million jobs being lost on the world level. But talking about US, 20.5 million jobs, it's not a joke in itself. According to Status for Research Development and Staffing and Recruiting Market itself, you can see the decrease from 151.8 billion to 119.4 billion so far, with 43% reduction in place and search. That means 17% decline in temporary staffing, which is a great number in itself. But let's wait here. Of course, these numbers are something which are alarming, but if you can see the other side of the story, if we see the forecast, what will be the position of the economy post-pandemic, like let's say after June, we really have a great numbers. It says that the US experts in economics and statistics, what they say is by 2020, you can see the economy, the recovering economy by 14%. That means we talk about the fiscal year of or the financial year of United States, it usually starts by April or by May. So which means that by June or by July, there will be a resurgence in the job market. So the new jobs will start pouring in, and definitely you can see a lot of openings opening on the internet. If you're searching for jobs, I'm not sure what kind of a way you are using to find a dream job for yourself, or what kind of ways you have used so far. We can talk about those things as well. US experts say that the predictions show that there is a declining in the staffing revenue so far is at 10% in 2020, but it's a 40%, 45% decline in the staffing revenue in 2020, and you can see that a 10% increase in 2021. When we are talking about the declining staffing industry, so they are usually calculating the first half of the 2020. And if you see the increment, the resurgence, exponential resurgence by 2020, which will commence by July. Definitely, a lot of jobs will be pouring in from July. Now, talking about the jobs in the different sectors, the domains which are likely hit by this pandemic, or hospitality, travel, and tourism are severely affected. But talking about the other industries like healthcare and IT sector, they are growing. There is, you can see the traces of increase of employment. This industry is still in flow. There are people working in this industry, and definitely there are jobs coming up in this industry so far. As I said earlier, if we look at this graph, I was talking about 2008, 2009, the economic crisis, the financial breakdown in the United States. As I said, it was 10.4, 10.5, or around 11%. There was a drop in unemployment in the United States. But if you can see, the same graph is showing some up to the 2020. There is a decline, but yes, as we were talking about, there will be a resurgence. It will be in the beginning of 2021, which means by July, you can see the jobs opening in the market, the ample number of requirements floating on the internet. It is just that you need to be on the right time. You need to tap the right sources at the right time. Relig staffing, one of the industries, one of the companies definitely will help you in that case as well. Talking about the economic crisis, the number of industries or the group of industries or the fields which are severely hit with this COVID-19 is hospitality, automobile and engineering, oil and gas, aviation, travel and tourism. Hospitality, you know that restaurants, the hotels, the motels, casinos, or the spas, they are of course not working. They are not in the operation because lockdowns are imposed by the government or by the state governments or the central governments. So there is no movement of the people. Definitely, if you are not able to go to a restaurant, definitely the business will definitely decline over there. Same is the case automobile and engineering. Workshops are shut. No laborers are working daily wages in these industries. They are not attending the offices. Definitely. Same is happening with the oil and gas company. Same as with the aviation and same with the travel and tourism. If travel and tourism is not working, that means aviation, that means the other modes of the travel, that means other modes of the tourism, they're not working for sure. But there is a sigh of relief. There are industries which are still up and they are working, which are least affected. They are affected. You can see that kind of a layoffs or people or the employers are being sent on the paid without paid leaves. And let me tell you this thing, the organization I'm working with, Relig Staffing, I'm talking about, trust me, so far none of our constants working on the clients and products are being laid off. They're of course working from home, but yes, they are working. All our professional recruiters or the client coordinators, they are still working. We are working. It's God's grace that none of our employments have been laid off. Talking about the less affected industries during this COVID situation, this pandemic situation, the BFSI, the banking and financial sector, it's working. And the people holding job titles like claim analyst, insurance manager, finance analyst, process expert, they're working. The simple mode of working we have achieved, we have attained so far is work from home, less contacted work from home method of working we're observed here. These people with these kind of job titles, they're still up, they're working. Same with the healthcare, the frontline worker, healthcare, registered nurses, clinical specialist, physician, healthcare admin, ICU specialist, or the dentist, or normal neurosurgeon, or orthopedic. They are going to their offices because these are the frontline workers. On the same time, pharmaceutical companies, along with the healthcare workers, they are still up in the market. These are the industries which are backed by the information technology. You understand by yourself. I mean, if you have tried to understand it, if a healthcare, let's talk about some normal hospital who is being converted in the quarantine center where the COVID patients are admitted or they are being treated there. Definitely, they need someone at their back end who can work from them, who can keep their systems updated, who can keep their systems up 24/7. That comes then the information technology comes into the scene, into the picture. Talking about developers, be it Java developer, be it iOS developer, be it a normal OBI developer, they are working at the back end. Same goes with the administrators. Administrators, simple, network administrator, security administrator, or a system administrator, VMware administrator, Citrix administrator. These guys are working at the back end. So these are the industries which lies on the less affected industries which are being hit by the COVID-19. So they are working. Business analysts or testers, if we talk about quality QA engineers or QA testers or security testers, these guys are still up and they're still working. Now, when we talk about how are these guys, or how is it possible that these industries are less affected? It's simple. Why? Why IT industry is not affected? Why there are still jobs in this industry? IT is the backbone of major industries all over the world. There's no denying that. Let's talk about this webinar. If we are able to join this webinar, if we are able to conduct this webinar, it's because there is some developer who is working at the backend who has kept this software updated. There is some QA guy, there is some tester guy who is fixing the bugs, who is working on this website to keep it running. That means IT industry, information technology industry, they are working. Contactless work from home culture, definitely. A Java developer and iOS developer or a network administrator or a network data center technician, or let's talk about the architect guy who manages the data center of any company. He is working somewhere, managing the data of that particular company, keeping their network up 24/7 working. As simple as it is. So you can see that if you're looking for jobs, I would suggest you mainly focus on the information technology industry, because that is where the jobs are lying. That's where you can still find openings. It is just that you need to a right approach. You need a professional approach to apply for those jobs. I'll give you a very simple example. Recently, I mean, a week ago, almost a week or two ago, I received a text from a guy who was applying for jobs, but the way he used to about the jobs he was applying for, honestly, he was applying for an aviation industry. He has applied for some jobs in the aviation industry. It was, I conveyed to him that I discussed with him that it's not possible that if you're applying for a job in the aviation industry, can you see any flights applying in the skies? Of course not. The whole airline industry is grounded. So I'm not sure if they have systems still working there. So instead of that, you focus on something which is still up, it's still working. Information technology I was talking about, I contacted him with one of my recruiters in Relig staffing. They had a nice, healthy discussion. They kind of crafted their resumes and definitely applied for the positions. That guy is having interviews with him in hand. So you need to apply at the right place. Yeah, what would be the near future prospects of IT industry? The kind of analysis, the kind of predictions economists or statisticians or the labor department has predicted for the IT industry, spanning across the world, be it North America, be it Europe, be it APAC regions like Asia Pacific regions, or be it Latin America. If you can see that the growth will be mostly, you can see or predicted in the North American country, in the North American region. In 2019, you can see the major portion is one out of 182, the major portion is for IT industry in North America, same as in 2020, same as in 2021, and it's for the North America. So wherever you are, if you're in the United States of America, United States, and of course it's severely hit, but still, be very optimistic. There are jobs. It's just that you need to have a good professional approach for that. Now, we have mentioned something here. The IT professionals are the unsung warriors of COVID-19. Of course, yes, I believe in it. I'm not sure. If you're currently working, you know that you're a network administrator, you're working from home, you are still working for some project, you are still in the coordination with your client, or if you're some developer, if you're a tester, you are still testing those websites. You are still developing those websites, you're still fixing those bugs if you're working. And if you're not working, be proud of yourself that you're part of something which is designing the world, sitting in their cubicles, sitting at home, having their computers in your lap, and fighting this pandemic. Now, talking about information technology, again, the developer positions, the administrative field, the analyst field, the tester field. If you talk about the developers, as I was talking about Java developers, .NET developers, Oracle developers, what they do, a developer is an individual that builds and creates software. Someone is creating Netflix, someone is working on the Netflix or maybe Hotstar, Amazon Prime, someone is delivering your essentials through Amazon. Amazon is a website which is definitely developed by a developer, a website which is tested by a tester, working on it. Okay, I must forgot something. We will have a Q&A session by end of this webinar. Definitely, we will be having a healthy conversation again. If you have any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to answer certain audio queries. Nandini, I suggest you, if I would be more than happy if you could answer your questions by end of the seminar, so that would be really great. Yes. Now, who can work in IT industry besides being someone who is from IT background or someone who is not from IT background? If you talk about someone who is not from the IT background, could be someone who has no coding experience, or if you're from an IT background, you have an experience in coding, you have experience in, let's say you studied bachelor's in computer science or information MIs or you have a degree in telecommunication or in cybersecurity, or you have a degree in engineering, you can easily go in the IT sector. It's not a big deal for you. You can take up a job as a developer, as a tester, or you can take a job as an administrative role, be it a tester, analyst, or a developer. But if you are someone who is from non-IT background, so here is the thing. So I would suggest not to get demotivated. You still have a good chance and open opportunities. You still can work in IT industry. Being someone from non-IT background, there is no experience or no knowledge of coding or basic essentials of networking required. No certification is required. You can still take up a job as an administrator. You can take up a job as a support role, as a network support engineer, network technical engineer, desktop analyst, or an IT technician. It's very easy for you. You can join some institute. You can get a training. You can get a certification. You can get certified by that company. Let's talk about Relig staffing. We collaborate with non-IT guys as well. We get them in the training, we get them aboard, we assign them professionals, we get them proper trainings, we help them since they join us, catering their resume until we get them placed in the client side and whatever support they require here. Being someone from non-IT background, we're available 24/7 when it comes to technical support as well. Okay, I'm sure you're applying for jobs. Definitely, it's been a month, it's been 2 months, it's been 3 months. You may have some success so far, or most of the time is you have kind of a negative answers from the recruiters, or you're not getting replies back from the recruiters, or you're kind of stuck in somewhere. So you don't have a way to come out from this. So to fix it and to get you a dream job, what we're doing so far is, if I'm not wrong, you are using a conventional approach. What conventional approach exactly is, we will discuss about in a more detailed way. The experts, the HR experts exactly from these 100 Fortune companies or 500 Fortune companies, what they say is 73% choose conventional approach. However, 90% success is in professional approach. This is so true. Let me tell you, you are someone who recently flew to United States from India, from any Asian countries, from any European countries. You fly to United States. You had some experience back in your native country and moved to United States, and you want to get a job in your field. You have tried so far, but no luck. Or you are someone who recently graduated in fall or in summer, and you have applied while being in camps. You are applying for jobs, or once you graduated, you are applying for jobs, and your OPT unemployment period is running. It's due. You are kind of in dilemma what exactly you should do to stop at unemployment days, or how to get a job. So at least you can push forward yourself, being on OPT or being on any other visa, be it GC, DC, EAD, be it TN, be it H4 or H4 EAD. So what you are doing is, if I'm not wrong, what you are doing is, you are applying on noon job portals. What does that mean? Someone suggested you to apply on Monster or apply on Indeed or maybe Dice.com. You applied it, and now you're waiting for a recruiter to call you. I'm not sure what kind of a resume you have submitted there, or what kind of a job you have applied on, what kind of application you have submitted. But it's, if I tell you this, other than Monster, other than Dice, other than Career or Indeed, there are hundreds in other job boards where you can apply for, and you definitely get a response as well. But I'm sure you don't know about them, or you may know about them. What you are doing is, you are utilizing only professional reference. What does a professional reference mean? One of your friends is working on some client, and he sometimes, or you approach to him, hey, do you have any jobs openings in your company or in your team? See, I'm looking for jobs. Please help me with interview. Here's my resume, and submit it. What he did is, he submitted your resume, and it's been a week, or it's been 2 or 3 days, and you're not getting any prospect to any positive reply from your friend. You called him twice, you called him thrice, and you texted him. No, you don't have any concrete answer with you, so you're kind of reluctant. You're kind of demotivated. Maybe they don't have anything for you, so that's why he's not replying to your text or replying to your calls. Or he is just giving you excuses that they will let me know tomorrow, they will let me know day after tomorrow, and I will let you know. That is something may happen for you, happen with you. That's one of the conventional approaches you have applied so far, or you have entertained so far, or you're randomly applying to anything and everything. What does that mean? Let's say you went to internet and you typed a network administrator jobs. There was a job with the network administrator, but they were looking for someone with 3 years of experience and someone who has a basic experience on Cisco, or someone who has a basic experience on Palo Alto or Checkpoint, or some basic experience on the security or the firewalls as well. But you're a beginner, you don't have that kind of experience in your resume. You apply to anything and you'll apply to everything. It's 99% chances that a recruiter will not revert to you. When I'm doing a recruiting, or when I was doing a recruiting, it takes me maximum 6 seconds to screen a resume. In just 6 seconds, I can see that is this resume a good fit for this position or not. And if I have such kind of resume, while a consultant or a candidate has applied to anything, just because he did an application, it's not going to work. So what happened in the conventional approach? You apply for a job, but you're not sure if a recruiter is going to if a recruiter is going to revert to you. You're not sure most of the times, or you're not taking a follow-up, or you're not applying to the exact position which kind of suits to your market. Now, this professional approach, listen to me very carefully here. If you have a pen and paper with you, okay, one reminder I have for you guys: if you're streaming this webinar on your computer or on your laptop, it's great. But if you are streaming this webinar on your phone, I would request you to switch to landscape mode, have a better results. Please do it. And I would request you, please have a pen and paper handy with you so you can keep a notes with you as well. As I said, by end of the seminar, we will have a discussion. We'll be talking about conventional approach if you have questions, or you can also ask questions about professional approach. Now, talking about professional approach, this is the X factor of this webinar. Keep each and everything in mind. You're very free to ask questions, because the purpose is to benefit the students. Honestly, money comes in the secondary. The main motive of the seminar is to outreach maximum consultants out in the market, assist them in getting their dream jobs. That is the purpose of Relig Staffing. Honestly, the day we found this company, this was the only motive in our mind, that we should outreach to as much as consultants we can, help them with their dream jobs, help them overcome their hurdles, what they're facing while searching for the jobs. The first thing in the professional approach starts with the professionally made resume. What does it mean, a professionally made resume? Resume should be of a 1 page or 2 page, but what you should have in your resume is something which eye-catching, it's catchy. A recruiter, when looking into your resume, should spot it on one go. Because an average recruiter receives minimum 100, 150 applications for one single job. Listen to me very carefully. One single job, one single application opening, there are minimum 100 to 150 resumes for one single opening. And it takes every 6 seconds to a recruiter, to a professional, to screen that resume and to shortlist it for the final interview or the second round interview. If your resume is not matching to the key skills, to the must have the required things in the job description, your resume is not going to pick up, trust me. So here in the professional approach, some professional who has minimum 3, 4, 5 years of experience, or who is well trained, who is well guided to get the resume so it can meet the requirements of the client. How he does it, how he is going to make it in such a way, by leveraging his connections, by utilizing direct relation. What does that mean? Leveraging his connection means, let's say if Facebook has an opening with them, let's say if Cisco has an opening with them, and before they put it in the internet, it would be with the HR, hiring HR. That hiring HR, before he puts that requirement on the internet, he is sharing the requirement directly with our HR, with our hiring manager, because he has been working with him from past years, and he knows that this guy is going to get me a good consultant or a good fit for this position. So this professional is leveraging his connections by creating a resume, a good 80 or 90% match job description, utilizing his direct relation. As I said, a direct hiring manager will be in contact with this professional who is working with Relig Staffing or any other staffing company. What they do with your resume is they use a maximum outreach via social media. What does it exactly mean? This is the age of media. This is the age of data. So these professionals, they know that how they can, where to submit your resume, actually where to submit your resume and how to submit it, when to submit it. There are jobs, all you know is how to apply it, when to apply it, when to tap on the right resource, and when to get it knocked, and when to get a good stimuli out of it. That's all matters here. So this professional is very good with it because he's well trained in it. He has good connections in it. Ever since he started his career, he is working on these things on. So that If we're talking about relic staffing, whosoever is with the relic staffing in the networking domain or in the other domain, in the talent acquisition department or in the healthcare department, they are trained in the specific fields only. So they synchronize with the evolving industry. They synchronize your resume with the evolving industry. I will repeat the example again. If you are applying for a simple networking position in the market, while a client is looking for a network engineer with 1 year of experience or someone who doesn't have an experience but should have a basic experience on LAN, WAN, switching, routing, maybe load balancers. But on the same time, he is looking for someone who has a bit of experience on automation, a bit of experience on scripting, Python, let's say, or Linux or Unix, or maybe a bit of experience on AWS, a bit of experience, because the whole technology or the whole world is shifting towards cloud-based computing as well. So the client wants to be on the safe side. He wants those things included in the resume as well. This professional knows how to do it, how to fix it, how to cater, how to draft your resume in such a way. Training and mentoring. This professional approach will get you training and mentoring. Of course, when you're appearing for the interview, there are certain set of rules to appear in the interview, like what you can say, what not to say, how to explain your resume, or in simple ways, how you can convince a hiring manager that you're a good fit for this position. Give me a chance, I will excel well on this position. So this is about the professional approach. This is the approach you should keep in mind. This is the expected of this webinar. Keep in mind, uh, this is going to help you in the long run. Now, how you can get in touch with these professional recruiters, these professionals out in the market who, ever since they started working in the industry, they do it with the full grace because they're well trained in it. Simple. You can attend seminars, training for professional certifications. Attend seminars like this webinar. You should attend webinars like this where you can get in touch with these professionals. Like if you're looking for such a professional who can assist you in finding a job, if you're on LinkedIn, you can simply type technical recruiter plus Relig staffing, click on the search button, you will get number of results with the Relig staffing professionals. You simply have to text them over there, they will get in touch with you. I assure you healthy discussions. That's the simple way you can do it. Or you can get a professional certifications as well. These days in the time of this lockdown, you can see the number of webinars going on, number of certification courses going on. Yeah, when I'm talking about certifications, excuse me. When I'm talking about professional certifications or certifications, Relig Staffing has started this program where we'll give a free certifications to students in different technologies. You don't have to pay anything for it. You have to attend the training programs. It may be a 2 weeks or 3 weeks program in different technologies. Let's talk about networking. We started recently and other domains as well. Once you are done with this training session, you will get a certificate from Relig Staff. It's a free of cost to you, definitely. And if you're putting that certification in your resume, that's going to help you. That's going to get your resume a good wattage as well. Contact professional recruiters. You can go to the net, type of professional recruiters, you will get in touch with them, you'll get their email IDs, you can email to them, you can text them, or you can definitely speak to them, you can write on their email IDs, you can write on their company page as well. They will get in touch with you. Like if, simple as I said, go to LinkedIn, type Relig Staffing, you will get an email ID of Relig Staffing, you can send an info email on that, hey, I am looking for a profession, you can assist me with that, you will get an instant reply. A dedicated professional recruiter will be assigned to you and he will guide you throughout the process. Joining hands with recruiters, that's what I was talking about. Keep these things in consideration when you are looking for a professional approach to get yourself hired, to get yourself a dream job. Now, talking about Relig Staffing, I hope so far whatever I discussed in this webinar, you have made notes out of it, and I'm sure you have enjoyed this webinar as well. And I'm sure that this is going to be very fruitful for you in the long run. Relig Staffing, staffing is our religion, as simple as it is. I mean, as I said, the day we started Relig Staffing, we had only one motive, we had only one commitment, we had only one vision, which is that we have to outreach maximum number of consultants in the market in the US IT industry to assist them in finding a job. Exactly, money comes secondary in the value. What business is like, if you are approaching Relig Staffing, I assure you kind of a services that not only you, but you should refer your friends to us as well. That's kind of a commitment. That's the service we believe in. Now, what we do, we're into bench recruiting, we're into bench sales, and we're into talent acquisition. What does bench recruiting and bench sales mean? These are the two departments. They go hand in hand. When they are talking to a professional, talking to a consultant, when they are assisting in job search, the bench sales and the bench recruiting, they go in hand in hand. The relic stuff, the relic, it's in self and derived from our religion. You can see that. So religion, that is your belief. That's what exactly you do. Whatever you do in your day-to-day life, that's your religion to you. Same as in relic stuff. Whatever we do in relic stuff, and that's religion to us. We do respect it. We do respect it, and there's no way we cannot be on our commitments. We have multiple offices throughout the globe. We have office in US, in Virginia. We have office in New York. We have office in New Jersey, and we have office in Delaware. Back in Europe, we have office in UK, and we have office in India as well, in Baroda and in Ahmedabad. We are expanding to California, and in Asia, we are expanding to Singapore, and we are shortly opening office in Philippines as well. So talking about bench recruiting, as I said, bench recruiting and bench sales, they go in hand. What exactly they do? Let's say you're a job applicant, you're looking for a job, and you got in touch with one of our bench recruiting professional, a professional who specifically deals with OPT, CPT, EAD, GC citizens, someone who recently flew to USA or someone who recently graduated. They will guide you from the first call or from the first email until you join the client side, until you're on the project. Be it in the resume formatting, be it in the resume catering, be it how to speak to the vendors. Same job is done with the bench sales department as well. They are the someone who will be exposing your resume to 5,000 plus vendors. That's the base data with us. But they will be exposing your resume to millions of vendors out there in the market. They are in touch with the 100 Fortune clients. They are in touch with the 100 Fortune clients as well. These bench recruiting departments, they are well-defined career guidelines at handling at each level. That means if you stuck up at each point of a time, they're at the rescue. They, along with the bench sales department, are at the rescue because these two guys know how to deal with the clients, and this department knows that how to deal with the consultants, why to guide him, how to guide him, and this department, bench sales department, on the same time will be introducing you to the clients, introducing you to the projects, and helping you in the interviews as well. Okay. Now, other than bench sales, bench recruiting, bench sales, relic staffing is in talent acquisition as well. Talent acquisition, we call them jack of all trades. Honestly, if you are someone who is from the basic, I mean, whatever you do in the IT skill, basic IT skill, be it in Java, be it in iOS, be it in Oracle, be it in a cloud-based VMware, Strix, Linux, Active Directory jobs, or any job in the IT industry, this department here, they will definitely assist you in finding a job in this industry, or be it the emerging technologies. Let's talk about artificial intelligence. Let's talk about machine learning, data science, or SAS, or PaaS, Kubernetes, Jenkins. They are well with everything because their department are versatile in the nature of their working. They work with the non-IT departments as well. If Amazon is looking for a delivery guy, trust me, this department, they can help with the delivery guy as well. And on the same time, if Amazon is looking for some IT guy with the VP level, with the execution level skills in him, project manager skills with him, this talent acquisition department is at risk. And on the same time, if some company, let's say Facebook, if they're looking for some machine learning guy, this acquisition department is at risk. They are the team of versatiles. Okay. The technologies relic staffing utilized while working in the industry is Simple, Monster, Career Builder. These are the name well-known companies. Indeed, for the job search and the posting resumes, basic. Other than Monster, other than Career Builder, other than Dice, there, as I said, there are other hundreds of other portals where this department, specifically this department, are well aware, but they know how to deal with those portals. Yes. And Vonage is our Vonage what they provide telecommunication services, and when it comes to the direct deposits, that we work with the paychecks and the ADP department. Okay, our statistics, what we have achieved so far in the market, it's commendable. honestly, we have 1 million plus database with us, which means that when we are helping a consultant in getting a job, this 100 million database, 1 million database comes into force, comes into picture. It's a, it's a database of vendors. It is a database of clients, different technologies, healthcare, IT, mining, coal mining, aviation, or in travel and tours. This 1 million data, your resume, wherever there is an open requirement, we have the access to those open requirements, and your resume will be exposed to their requirements. With 7 brands, as I already told you, with 7 brands we have with us. In US, we have 4. In UK, we have 1. In India, we have 2. And as I said about in Asia, we will be in Singapore and Philippines, and in US, we'll be in California very soon. 100 plus per year constants. So far, we have 100 plus constants on our bench. So far, 100 plus. And as I said, due to this pandemic, you have seen a lot of layoffs. You have seen a lot of unemployment uprising. But by the grace of Almighty, we didn't observe any layoffs so far when it comes to constants, and when it comes to Relig staffing, we didn't lay off any of our employees as well. 150 anytime. This is the number of our constants on projects. 100 plus is on the year time. 5,000 plus vendors. These are the vendors, be it a one tier one, be it a tier one vendor. There are some ones who sometimes be kind of a touch base, kind of an intermediate between Relig staffing and the client. However, we prefer the direct relations with the clients. So we have this 500 plus, 5,000 plus vendor database with us, but most of the times we have direct clients with us. Okay, guys, so this was it from our side in this webinar. I hope this was very fruitful. This was a healthy webinar from our side. We will have a question session as well. There are contact details given on this screen. You can see that. It's info Relig staffing, career at Relig staffing. You have questions, you have queries, you want assistance, you're looking for a job, you are stuck up somewhere, you need any kind of assistance. You can write us on these email IDs. One of our professionals will get in touch with you. I assure you a very healthy discussion. You can call us on these numbers as well. You can visit our websites. You can leave a query out there. You can, if you're a social media geek, you can definitely go to Facebook. You can go to Instagram. You can go to Twitter. You can follow us there as well. And you can raise your queries there as well. So if you have any questions, guys, I welcome, most welcome any of your questions. Okay, we had a question from Nandini. Yeah, Nandini, you had a question. You can speak. Nandini, you can hear me. Okay, seems. Okay, do we have any more questions? Okay, we have a question from Mohammed. Mohammed has raised his hand. Yes, Mohammed. Mohammed, can you hear me? Give me a second. Yes, Mohammed.
Hello?
Yes, Mohammed. Yeah, I can say, sorry, there was some glitch in the computer. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm sorry. I just want to say that while my experience for almost 1 year trying to get a job, the
Yes.
most difficulty I always face it in US market, they always ask about US experience.
Okay.
Okay, which I don't have because I just moved to United States this
Okay.
year. I don't know how to solve this problem because I think it is the most problem face me to or difficult to get a good opportunity. What should I do?
Perfectly all right, Mohammed. So you moved to United States. When did you exactly arrive in the United States?
I was working in Middle East,
Okay,
and and I moved to US this year. In the end of in the beginning of 2000. I mean, it's almost eight months.
8 months. Oh, so
Yes.
okay. And Mohammed, what's your work authorization?
Uh, I'm uh, I'm a programmer and analyst, and I have experience more than 15 years, but in
Oh,
Middle East.
oh,
Yes.
that's great. That's great. And you're a GC or you're a US citizen?
Excuse me.
You're a green card holder or you're US citizen?
Yes. I'm a green card holder.
Okay, perfectly all right. Mohammed, I will give you a very simple example. A guy who moved from Middle East to United States. I had the same candidate previous year. His name is Shamim. He worked in Abu Dhabi for almost 10 years as a network engineer. He faced a lot of problems in the United States to get a job. Then I got in touch with him. It's a matter of, if I remember, August 2019, 18, yes. And honest, trust me, these days he's working as a network security engineer, one of our clients in Texas. It's perfectly all right, Mohammed. What you do is, you just send us your profile on info@religstaffing.com. I will assign you one of my professional recruiter, and he will get in touch with you. You guys will have a good conversation, and I personally will get in touch with you as well. I'm making sure by Monday we will work on this thing, and you can enroll in the training, and there are other programs as well you can enroll, and it will be very easy for you to get a job in next 4 to 5 weeks, or maybe in the span or maximum 6 weeks. You will have something very good in hand with you. Be
Thank you. Yeah,
most
thank you so much. That makes me happy and
most welcome, most welcome.
optimistic. Yeah.
Be
Thank you.
optimistic. Definitely.
I will send email with my resume, and I'll try to contact with you personally.
Okay. No, it's perfectly all right. We will have something very soon. By Monday.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay. And we have a question from Anish. In industry, what is the prospect for cloud and DevOps field in IT sector? And on the same time, we have a kind of a question from Anish Trivedi again. Networking field versus AWS and DevOps field, where is more chance to grow and get a job? Anish, if you are a network engineer and you have product experience in networking, and if you have certifications as well, and if you want to go in the cloud, in DevOps or in AWS, you have certifications over there as well. Or if you don't have certifications, perfectly all right. What I suggest to you, start with the networking, with the basics. Be a network administrator or network engineer for a year, initial year. Around the same time, try to earn a certification in networking, be it CCNA or CCNP, be it switching or in routing. Then you shift to AWS or DevOps. Down the line, after 2 years, you'll be a network cloud engineer, and you have no idea what future has for you. If you're trying to apply this approach, what I suggest to you, network engineer for a year, and on the same time, try to earn a certification in networking, CCNA or CCNP, switching and routing, and then go for the DevOps or AWS. You have an AWS certified, like AWS, normal certification, AWS. And slowly and gradually, you can shift towards network cloud engineering, and you can be a network cloud security engineer as well. It's a great choice. Okay, we have a question from Cruz as well. Hi, I'm a seasoned IT consultant, PMP certified and product owner, Agile certified practitioner. Also, ex-developer on telecommute, employed at a top company. What can I gain from this session? A good question indeed. Cruz, I was talking about our talent acquisition department. As I said, they are the jack of all trades. Trust me, if you are sharing your profile with them, with this session, with the help of this session, these guys can have a good conversation with you. You can discuss with them. This session will help you. As I said, jobs are while fighting COVID-19. And I was talking about a professional approach for searching jobs, which is the most sought out pattern to land up with your dream jobs. This talent acquisition department will help you in that way, because they're really good in almost all fields, be it IT, be it in non-IT, be it in emerging industries. They will definitely help you with your queries. What I suggest to you is you can help them with your resume on info@religstaffing.com, and you can mention them, I need to speak to someone from talent acquisition, and definitely they will get back to you at the short notes by Monday, if I'm not wrong. And at the same time, I will make a note of it and I will discuss with them. And yeah, then we have a question from Tim. Tim says, I am in Dallas, worked for NOC engineer 2 years, who did so citizen layoff, recently need help or job, need help, need to talk about. Tim, you're most welcome. This is the purpose of this seminar, to reach out to consultants who are looking for new projects. Definitely, Tim, as I was talking about a professional approach we'll be utilizing here, I would request you, please help us with your resume on info, resume or a simple query, or a simple email you can send us on info@religstaffing.com. Uh, Definitely we'll get back to you. Max by Monday, not more than that. Okay, so I'm expecting more questions. We have a question from Bobby Paul. Bobby says, yes, Tim, you're talking about need talk on one-on-one? Definitely. If you can drop your number here as well, I will get back to you personally. Be assured. And Bobby says, do you guys assist with only placement or IT certifications as well? Q2 does the constant work on Relig W2. See, Bobby, that matters on the client side placement, client side projects. We have full-time placements with us. We have W2 placements with us, and we have a contract to hire, temporary to permanent, and sometimes we go on 1099 positions as well. But whatever positions we hire you, we assure you more benefit. While the consultant gets the much benefit, we go on that thing as well. Let's say if I get you placed on a contract position, and if the client is kind of satisfied with your work and he wants to hire you full time, we have no issues with that. Bobby says, any chance for the training? No, Bobby, of course not. We are not kind of minting such kind of money. We will not charge you anything for that. Be assured, it's free. The certification programs, the professional assistants, the batch sales assistants, the hiring sales assistants, it's all free. We don't charge you anything. Then Anish again asks a question, what kind of approach I need when I am freshly new from college? Okay, I cannot see, it can be erased. Vivek Bhatt would like to answer this question live. Okay, we don't have any open questions here. Okay, so can we expect more questions, guys? Still, I request you, if you have questions but you're not able to ask them, I would suggest what you can do is you can simply email us here, info@religstaffing.com, careers@religstaffing.com, or you can also raise your queries on info@religsolutions.com. You can call us on these numbers. For Relig Solutions, we have 917-338-5888. And for Relig Staffing, we have 302-648-1200. You can call us there and you can send us emails, be it with your resumes or be it with the queries. Our professionals will get in touch with you. So guys, I hope this was a healthy webinar for you. And I believe you will go for the professional approach. Okay, yes, Tim, I have your number. It's 214. Yes, and it's with 373. I will call you. Definitely, I will call you. Thank you so much for your question, Tim. Okay, guys, I'll be waiting for next 3 or 4 more minutes. If you have any more questions for us, you can type in here. You can raise the query. You can just raise your hand as well for the convenient way. Raise your hand and we'll be answering the questions. Yes, we got a question from Harun. Harun Parvez says, moved from Pakistan in Bay Area, Silicon Valley. He used to work as an NOC engineer. Here in US, an IT specialist, looking for a locate myself due to family. I'm unable to because my wife works for a relicate company here. Okay, Harun, I understand. You're kind of a bit concerned about the relocation thing. when I'm speaking of, recently I got a query, same kind of a query from a consultant. He was not able to relocate. He was kind of a location specific, looking for specific kind of a locations. When you're looking for jobs for specific locations, you're applying for only 10% jobs available in the market. Only 10%. What happened with the rest 90%? So what I suggest you, at least for the first project, open up yourself, get some experience, and then the second project you can get at your convenient location. That's the easy way to shuttle it down. You just have to wait for 6 months or maybe 7 months or more than that. Shift yourself to some other locations. What happens when you relocate yourself to the other locations? You get a maximum client interaction. You tend to build a networking. You kind of explore the market in a very detailed way. So this is happening at this part of the country. This is happening in that part of the country. When you travel, you get to network with the people. You get to know your industry, technology more. This helps to boost up your technology. And when down the road, when you keep working on the same technology, the previous experiences from Texas, if you're moving to Bay Area, or if you're moving to Florida, or if you're moving to Tri-State area, that kind of experience gives a boost to your career. So at least, Harun, I would request you, open up yourself for a first project. There are definitely hundreds of jobs in Texas as well. We will apply for those jobs on the same time. We will keep them in preferred, but on the same time, I will suggest you open up yourself a bit to the other part of the location, the states as well. That will definitely give you a career boost. So Harun, I hope I answered your question. If you still want to know more, uh, you can email us. That's the more convenient way. Thank you so much, Harun. Most welcome. Okay, guys, 2 more minutes. And yes, Bobby. Yeah, that's a great question, honestly. With COVID situation, do you think most placements will be remote? Yes. Until the situation gets back to normal, until the normalcy prevails, you will be going to the client side. Until then, you'll be working remote. Okay, guys, since there are more questions pouring in, so I'll be with you for more 5 minutes more. If you have more questions, open up, ask your questions. It's better to know more in detail. I can't see any open questions here anymore. Okay, guys, I'm still taking up the questions. If you have more, okay. Yes, as I was talking about the certifications, you can earn there. We are going to commence a free training batch for these attendees whosoever has attended this session, this webinar, and we will let you know the timings by max by Monday when and we will commence, what talks will be covering there. And once you're done with that training, once you're done with those sessions, you will get the free certification as well. Okay, we have a question from Bhavik. It says that I hope doing well, looking for some guidance for career break. I must have from India and moved to one from Canada, but personally must have been business administration. Okay, Paul, since you're in Canada, so I'm not sure exactly you'll be kind of observing there, but yes, we have our professionals in talent acquisition department. They would love to answer your questions because they are dealing with the Canada constants as well. So if you could help them with your query on info@relicsolutions.com, they definitely will be helping you with answers. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for joining this webinar. And I hope you have learned things from this webinar, which you will be definitely using this professional approach to help yourself get a dream job and not wasting more time observing or applying the other conventional methods where you're not getting the good results and reward, and going for the professional approach of finding a job. If you want to find such kind of professionals who will assist you in finding a job, as I said, LinkedIn, go to LinkedIn. The convenient way is type IT recruiter plus Relic staffing. Go on the search button, click on the search button. You will get contact details of Relic recruiters, Relic professionals. You can raise a query there. They will get back to you with the proper answers. And yes, I wish you the best of luck for your future. And have a nice day. Have a nice weekend.
You too. You too. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.